Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be analyzing the US stock market indices, the major indices. Before we proceed, this video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. So the way we analyze the stock market indices are, we always take a look at the Dow Jones cash market. We also take a look at the futures market, which is the YM. For the S&P 500, we look at the E-mini ES contract. We also take a look at the underlying SPX time permitting, and also for the Nasdaq we take a look at the NQs and also the ETFs QQQ. And if we have time available, we also take a look at the small caps, the Russell 2000, mainly the RTY and the IWM, sorry. So what we're looking at is the cash market chart for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. If you go back to the video which we did over the weekend, what we are looking for is actually prices moving higher. This bottom formed on the 13th of October is a very important bottom. Uh, Primarily, our bias is actually for the markets to move higher till sometime late in March of this year to beginning of April. That's the time frame we are working with. And what we are looking at is that there is a sharp pull down in the market this morning, probably to do with some news events perhaps, or the earnings which came out of Microsoft. Who knows what it was, but we had more sellers in the morning, so the price went lower, and towards the later in the afternoon, buyers showed up, and the prices began to move higher because there were more buyers than sellers. So what is really interesting to note that is the price actually closed in the positive and also above the 200-day moving average, 200-day period moving average here, which is positive for from a short-term perspective. So the price is above the 200-day period average and also the 20-day period average. That's good from a momentum perspective. Perhaps what we are looking at now is, because the market did uh, the correction in the market was right to the 78.6% retracement level. It is much more clear in the YM. Actually, we'll have a look at that in a moment. And it appears that actually what the market now is doing is it seems to be moving in an ABCD formation. So possibly again trying to retest this zone of resistance possibly here. So this is what we are looking at. Let me try to draw it for you. So, so this could be the region the price is trying to test one more time, and perhaps it could find some resistance over there. Higher we have the level of 35,164, but it's possible that the price could be moving in a much larger ABCD fashion. But for now, we are just going to look at the smaller pattern, and perhaps we are targeting the price to reach about 34,700 level as the next smaller ABCD. Let's take a look at YM. Okay, so here the pattern is a little bit more clear in terms of the support reached a few days ago on the last Friday. So it found support at 78.6% retracement level, and the ABCD pattern takes us to about 34,800, right about in this region here, which is also the 78.6% retracement level. So we would anticipate some resistance here. Let's take a look at the E-mini S&P 500. So here, let me just I'm just going to clear up some. These are some short time patterns which we were watching. So let me just remove some of those so that things are a little bit clear. Okay, and okay. All right. So here, what we can also see is we had a key resistance here at 4030 level, and then we saw a retracement here. It found support. In fact, we had forecasted these support levels between 3900 and 3880. It found support there, and we also had the 20-day period moving average there. Today, you can see by looking at the candle, there was a strong push lower, but it found a support because more buyers showed up, and the price still closed negative, but you can see there was a lot of buying which came in. So again, our pattern remains the same. We are looking at an ABCD pattern formation, and the price could perhaps reach to about 41.40 as our potential target. I'll just write it down, 41.50. Just put a question mark there. And just like the Dow Jones, it could be a kind of a double top here. Let's take a look at the NQ here. So the NQs, wow. I don't know if you were watching the intraday markets price action, but I was, and the markets being lower that sharp, just makes you think that, oh, okay, is this move down going to continue or not? And in such times, we really have to also watch and look at the analysis which we had done, because that gives us, you know, the confidence that we have done our homework. And what we are anticipating is that this is also moving in an ABCD fashion higher. And again, let's take a look. About 12,300 could be the possible if target, if the price in fact goes there, if it is moving in ABCD just the way we believe it. Again, that's going to be kind of a double top. um, what we are also noticing is that you can see that this 200-day period moving average is just hovering higher, so it's form of a resistance. So it will take the price to move higher. It'll take some attempts before it's able to finally break out of it. Meanwhile, we'll just also take a look at the QQQs. Okay, so the QQQs, similar kind of situation. Um, we are looking at this ABCD to go around 300 level, 302 to 306. There is kind of a smaller ABCD pattern which might also be developing now, and that could just give us some smaller target of around 300. So in that ballpark figure is what we're looking at for the price to reach, if it is able to take those resistances along its way, out of its way. Then we look at the small caps, and the small caps are really interesting because they seem to be behaving much better, at least compared to the Nasdaq, Nasdaq 100, these tech heavy stocks, and tech stocks were the leaders. This seems to be the laggards now. So there is for sure some rotation in the marketplace. Okay, so what we are looking at is it had a pullback right to the 338.2% retracement level right here. Okay, I am just going to delete some other levels so that the chart is much cleaner to take a look at. Okay, and so what we're looking at is that perhaps in this ABCD fashion, uh, 1998, maybe even 2000, we also see a smaller ABCD, which would give us a nested ABCD in that region. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit higher. So anywhere between 1998, 2000 to perhaps even with the possibility of about 2010 perhaps. And that would again form a double top here. So a lot of these indices, by the looks of it, are going for some sort of a double top formation, and we'll have to see how long it will take them to get to these levels. So this is what we are watching in the major US stock indices. And as mentioned before, for the next few weeks to few months, our bias is to the upside for the indices. These indices are likely to move higher and find some greater resistance levels, and from there we'll have to watch the price action, and I will be able to update you if the indices begin to not behave the way we are expecting. The price action will be the best indicator of that, and we'll be able to change our bias from long to short. But we'll have to wait and see the evidence from the price action perspective. For now, the bias is to the bullish side, and we are looking at these ABCD formations which are giving us the possible targets. Once the markets reach these price levels, we'll have to wait and see for the further confirmation of the price action there, and then take things one step at a time. So this is what we're looking at. If you like our videos and the way we do the technical analysis here and how we look at these markets, please do subscribe to the channel. It does make me make more videos for you guys. Also like the video if you find it useful. That way I know that I should continue this work and bring more videos out for you guys. So thank you very much for watching. Good luck and good trading.